Ah, it's the wedding day today, and here are all the guests. Some garden of a rectory. Fall in the pond.
Last time I
It's not the wrong name. Sorry.
gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you here today for our ceremony at the Old Rectory. But I'd like to extend a particularly warm welcome to Sally and Jeremy on this your wedding day. Through their vows, they'll be making a commitment to unite one another, and as an extension of their personal union, two families and groups of friendships become one. Whether you are family, friends, colleagues or neighbours, through your presence here today, you are expressing your support for us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrea Foggan. I'm a Deputy Superintendent Registrar for the East Sussex Registration Service. It is not only a pleasure but indeed a very great privilege to lead you through the ceremony today. My colleague at the desk, who's been very welcome, is Krista. She's the legal registrar and she'll be listening carefully, registering the marriage and ensuring that all the legal requirements have been met. Indeed, without her presence here today, this marriage would not be lawful. Now I have to begin by explaining to you that this hurdler in which we are met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of civil marriages. You are here today to witness the joining in marriage of Jeremy Edward James Gifford and Sarah Elizabeth Barwick. Now, relationships are of course important to us all, and on occasions such as this, we have the opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate them publicly, and to celebrate the bonds between and within families. So I ask, who brings this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Ross, you brought Sally here today on behalf of John, who sadly cannot be here. You do remember him. Can I ask you one question, and that is, do you both give your blessings on this marriage?
We do.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to hear it. Would you like to say your goodbyes to Sally and have a seat? Thank you very much. Okay, and if you would like to have a seat too, and then if you two can swing round and have a seat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Certain here present knows that if for any legal reason why this couple should not be married, they should declare it now. Wow, they're well behaved, aren't they? You've got to go ahead. Excellent. Okay. Now, the couple have asked for today's ceremony to be truly individual and by the inclusion of two readings. So the first of those is going to be presented to you by Ross. Step forward.
This is called On Your Wedding. Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day, just two people in love, and end it as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, the start of a journey, with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times when you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by pleasure. You'll have heard many words of advice in the past, when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers lie hidden inside, where the bond of true love lies unbroken. So live happy forever, as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you, as you stand there together, with love in your eyes, the moment you whisper, I do. And with luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it will start.
No two marriages are the same. What is right for one couple cannot be right for another. At some point during your time together, you realise you've found in each other what is right for you. And it's the commitment that you'll make to one another today which will provide you with security, fulfilment and love, whichever path life leads you. Your wedding day is a brief moment in time, and although your vows are spoken in a matter of moments, they are promises which will last you a lifetime. So I ask, are you ready to make those vows? Excellent, right, let's get you standing there. Get you standing. Okay. All right. So Jeremy, you're going to go first. Please answer "I will" to the following question. Jeremy, will you take Sally to be your lawful wedded wife? Will you promise to love, adore, cherish, respect, and encourage her? Share the good times and achievements, as well as the hard times and disappointments. Keep her in sickness and in sorrow, and be loyal to her forevermore.
I will.
You can repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Jeremy Gifford,
why I, Jeremy Gifford,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Sally Barwick.
to Sally Barwick.
Well done. Sally Newton. Please answer, I will, the following question. Sally, will you take Jeremy to be your lawful wedded husband? Will you promise to love, adore, cherish, respect and encourage him? Share the good times and achievements, as well as the hard times and disappointments. Keep him in sickness and in sorrow, and be loyal to him forevermore. I will. You could repeat after me. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Sally Barwick, may not be joined in matrimony to Jeremy Gifford. Well done. We've now reached the very heart of your ceremony. You've each stated your intentions to marry and your freedom to do so. At this milestone in your lives, it only leaves you each to contract your marriage in front of your chosen witnesses and guests, and those people that you love the most. So once again, Jeremy, you're going to go first. Please repeat the words after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Jeremy,
to witness that I, Jeremy,
do take thee, Sally,
do take thee, Sally,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to love for always,
to love for always,
to encourage and support,
to encourage and support,
to trust and to respect,
to trust and to respect,
and to live according to these promises,
and to live according to these promises,
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Well done. That's one of you married. We just need to make you a matching pair. Okay, so Sally, would you like to repeat the words after me? I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Sally, do take thee, Jeremy, to be my lawful wedded husband. Here we go. Shall we do that again? We got there. It was the last line. To be my lawful wedded husband. Well, to love for always. To encourage and support.
To encourage and support.
To trust and to respect.
To trust and to respect.
And to live according to these promises.
And to live according to these promises.
In good times and bad.
In good times and bad.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
Well done, that's you married. Congratulations. And come out into the sunshine. Lovely, right. That's it, staying well. Okay. Now, traditionally, a ring is given as a symbol of love and as an outward sign of the promises that you have made to each other. And therefore, we're going to ask Bethman to step forward and present the rings. Okay, right. Jeremy, if you take the ring that you have for Sally, place it at the knuckle on the left hand, third finger, hold it there, and repeat after me. Sally, I give you this ring
Sally, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love and affection,
as a symbol of our love and affection,
and as a reminder of the vows we have made today.
and as a reminder of the vows that we have made today.
Please wear it with happiness and pride,
Please wear it with happiness and pride,
now and always.
now and always.
Well done, get that in there. Perfect. Sally, can you take the ring that you have for Jeremy? Perfect. Okay, hold it with his finger. Left hand, third finger. There we go, we've got there. Okay. Jeremy, I give you this ring
Jeremy, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love and affection,
as a symbol of our love and affection,
and as a reminder of the vows we have made today.
and as a reminder of the vows we have made today.
Please wear it with happiness and pride,
Please wear it with happiness and pride,
now and always.
now and always.
Excellent, right. James, do you want to step forward and just check those rings are absolutely on the right fingers and you're quite happy with them? Excellent, thank you. Excellent ring bearing skills. Please take a seat, thank you very much. Just the stitches to go, so nothing really to worry about. It's fine. So, Jeremy and Sally, you've made solemn and binding promises, symbolised by the joining in hands and the giving and receiving of rings. It therefore gives me the very great pleasure to confirm that you are now lawfully husband and wife. You may Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the ceremony does take a few months. We wish you a very long and happy and healthy marriage. But some things you may want to think about in married life. Jeremy, you may have noticed that throughout the ceremony, you went first. Sally, that's something for you to remember in married life, is that you should always try and put your husband But. Jeremy, you may also have noticed that throughout the ceremony, your wife had the final word. And that should not change. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you all to please stand. Please begin in showing your support to this lovely couple by a massive round of applause, a whoop and a cheer, and that Mexican wave if you can manage it. I present to you the new Mr. and Mrs. Gifford.
To be giving away the lovely, lovely Sally. It's such a pleasure. And before I start telling you all about this lovely girl, I'd like you all to stand up because the one person that really would be so proud is John,
Yes. Yes.
her father, and I'd like to drink a toast to absent friends. And I'd also, I'd like to drink to Ken because Ken has been a brick in the Barwick wall for the last 10 years and he and Ruth have just celebrated 10 years together. And that's the drinks for now. Now, of course, I've known Sally. We arrived at hospital about 2.5 hours after Sally was born, and I cuddled her, and it was wonderful. I've known her all that time, but I haven't lived with her, so I don't know everything that's happened to her. So I asked Ruth to send me details of Sally's life, and some of you may know that I write odes, and I've written an ode to Sally for this lovely day. So I hope you enjoy it. Excuse some of the rhyming. And also there is hidden within this a well-known phrase which I paraphrased, and just to keep you awake, the person that comes to me afterwards and says that was the phrase, I'll give them something. Don't know what, but I will give them something. 24th of January 86.
That's the phrase.
Was the day that Sally picked. At 1355 in Pembury Hospital she arrived, and typically, as if rehearsed, out she popped, bottom first. John hung over with reddened eyes, smiled at Ruth, both quite surprised, convinced they would have a Jonathan James, and it took 2 weeks for the babe to be named. Now Sally means Lady Princess, and soon she put them to the test. Strong-willed, the temper fired within her, she wrapped them round her little finger. In her baby walker to the sitting room, found a box of chocolates. Heart went boom! She ate them, got covered from head to foot, but she'd eaten the chocolates and spat out the nuts. Ruth Incandescent was completely in bits. For the next 2 days, little Sal had the Then enter Gregory, same age and a mate, and Ruth had even more on her plate. They were found sitting in a frying pan on the kitchen floor. She decided to put locks on all of the doors. Now 3, she and Gregory went through a phase when he came around for their frequent plays, as one of the games they most often chose was to sit in a box and take off their clothes.
3 or 16? 17.
John comforted Ruth, dear, there's nothing to it. When they get to 18, I doubt that they'll do it. Ruth worked on Saturdays, returning at 3. Lax, mummy, lax, have a cup of tea. Sally would say, and never moan, telling her I did it all by my own. Sally with Gregory was one of the boys. She loved climbing trees and making a noise. The tree house in Webley was her favourite spot, though for Samantha Amos it was certainly not. Sally suggested to Sam, up you climb. Sam loved it, so happy to have such a good time. Sally had other thoughts, and quietly she had her. The minx left her in tears by removing the ladder. was another thing Sally enjoyed as a teenager with Haley, had Ruth quite annoyed. She caught them on watching American Pie. The Rubits, they loved them and laughed till they cried. Now Ruth confesses to Karen and I, strange, hers and Ken's favourite film is American Pie. Then comes a gap as Sally is growing into the lovely girl that we're all knowing. At school and outside, she continues to thrive until her next challenge, learning to drive. To say Ruth was stressed hardly gets to the nub, as Sally almost destroyed Sissinghurst Milkhouse pub. But the landlord and landlady were convivial hosts, as were the Barwick neighbours and their battered gateposts. It was no surprise that Sally chose nursing, so good with people, and after rehearsing with mental health patients, one cooking meats with a huge kitchen knife, Sally couldn't retreat. Plates being thrown at her by someone demented, another trying to strangle her, but she never relented. She passed her exams, was promoted to staff, so for all her hard work, she has had the last laugh. Most recently, a female caused a dichotomy. Was there anyone around who could do a tracheotomy? Step forward, Sally, or keen without notes, reach out and grab the poor lady's throat. She succeeded in haste, foot on the pedal, and quite rightly the hospital gave her a medal. That deserves a medal.
Yes, she did.
And so she meets Jeremy, and her heart just flips. For this ace that staunched 1,000 hips. And he was much to lovely Sal's liking, soon Land's End to John O'Groats with his pa they were biking. She told her friends, this Jeremy rocks, and eventually asked him, so what's up, Doc? And so he proposed, and here we all are, way down in Hastings with the story so far, to witness this wonderful coupling. And before we eat cake and dance to the band, I ask you, dear friends, be upstanding and rally, drink a toast to Jeremy and his clever, beguiling, amusing, intelligent, hard-working, and so, so beautiful Sally.
It's a bit of a tough ask, isn't it? It falls to me as a groom to thank everyone. First of all, on behalf of my new wife, I'd like to thank Ross for his very kind words. We need a copy of that, by the way. If that's okay, thank you very much. So I'd just like to thank everyone for coming to share our special day, especially those people who've come from far and wide. Thank you, Michael, for making the journey all the way here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's really wonderful to see so many family and friends and new family. I really am very grateful that you've all come. I'm not quite crying yet. All right. I'd like to say a very heartfelt thank you to Ruth. Thank you very much for providing such a perfect wedding for us both. We really are very grateful. I'd also like to say thank you to my parents for all they've done for me over the years. Here. Really shocking school reports. I still remember able but idle. I just bring that up myself.
That's a worry.
Thank you for always being there when I've needed you. Thanks for everything. Most of all, though, I must thank you, Sally. Thank you for agreeing to be my wife. Those who know Sally know that she's extremely kind, very, very loving. But she's also very quick to laugh, which is the first thing that I noticed about her. The thing I love the most. I've really enjoyed the last 3 years I've had together with you. They're the best I've had, and I'm really looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you. And love you with all my heart. Sorry about that. That was a bit Clinton's, that wasn't it? Sorry. I should also thank my best man, who's I've been looking after him for the last couple of days since the cufflinks and the razor and everything else I've been yeah, those who've met him, you'll know that he's got a completely incomprehensible accent that's been chosen for a reason. Hopefully won't be able to understand a word he's saying at the moment. I am your best man in a year. And finally, the lovely Becky, thank you very much for taking on Bridesmaids. I know how much you've helped Sally. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for coming today. And I'd just like to raise a glass and everyone upstanding.
Ladies and gentlemen, mine doesn't rhyme quite as well as Ross's, unfortunately, but thank you very much for your time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is James Moore, and it's my honour, privilege and pleasure to be Jeremy's best man today on the day of his wedding to the beautiful Sally. You get the gist, it's alright. We've had some wonderful speeches so far, as I'm sure you agree, and I've been given a difficult act to follow after those two. Although given my accent, I'll be grateful if anyone could follow anything. I think that everyone's been thanked already, but I'd like to particularly thank Sally and Ruth for doing such a wonderful job in organising this wonderful day that we've all had together. I had planned to do a large part of my speech mocking gently Jeremy's contributions to the organisation. However, this was until yesterday. After the events of yesterday, I don't really feel I have a leg to stand on. Jeremy had left the organisation of the suits for the wedding until the last possible 2 weeks beforehand. He called me up whilst I was at work and asked, James, I need your measurements, we're going to get a suit. I then promptly told him that I am a 36 waist and a 44 chest, which, as Jeremy pointed out, would make me some kind of Greek god. Not earning it, it's fine. I know. Thank you. So I said, yes, that's perfectly fine, that's right, etc. I arrived yesterday after a 6-hour train journey. We got to Jeremy's house, and predictably the suit fit me like an orangutan. Honestly, if it was going to rain today, we were going to just put him over the top. Jeremy said, right, in the car, we're going to Ashford. An hour and a half later, after a slightly tense car journey, I'm glad to say that I've arrived. I've known Jeremy now for over 10 years. We first met when we arrived at University of Medical School at Cambridge. This was a fairly nerve-wracking time for me. I'm a country local bumpkin from up north. I arrived in one of the world's best universities, surrounded by all these posh public school type candidates, and this. Just kill it, yeah. And slightly incongruous postman from Kent who was sat on the end of the row. However, as it turned out, Jeremy and I had kicked up a friendship almost instantly. We had a great deal in common. We share a very laid-back temperament, so Jeremy, so Sally rather, Francis my half can attest to and more that. Thank you, sir. I've completely lost track. We share a common and self-deprecating sense of sense of humour, and we don't take life or indeed ourselves too seriously unless it really counts. I think that's partly why we've got on. That, and I think our borderline alcohol dependency. I would say I'm too shaky to manage. This is really where we've forged a bond over the years. Perhaps my favourite memory of a somewhat over-imbibed Jeremy was on our adventure to India as medical students. Weird. Gone off travelling to the southern Indian city of Fort Cochin with our friend Dan Schneider, an American who was staying with us. We were staying in a small... he knows what's coming. We were staying in an extremely cramped, 3 single-bedded Indian hotel suite. We decided, as it was horrendous in our hotel room, we'd go out for a few drinks. Dan and I had a couple, Jeremy had a couple of couples. Earlier in the trip we discovered the fantastic Indian lager called Knockout. That is actually its name. It's 7.5%, and I'm sure he'd smuggled some of that on the train with us. Dan and I were slightly merry and went to bed peacefully and said, "Good night, Dan, good night, Jim, that's fine. Good night, Jeremy. Guys, let's have a fight." To bugger off.
I'd just like to point out, I think I was naked at that.
I woke up a couple of hours later in the middle of the night, slightly disturbed to find the bathroom light at the end of my bed on, and the glorious sight of Jeremy in his full birthday regalia standing in the bathroom door. For those of you who've never seen Jeremy in such a state of undress, God, it's happening again. All I can say is that it's an image that haunts my dreams. Was I done? Right. Jeremy attempted to go back to bed, however, in his state of central nervous system disorientation, he managed to launch himself at my bed in a combination of a spinning elbow drop and a triple dismount. Our eyes locked. We both knew what was coming. Jeremy's face, well, I think he was largely unconscious, to be honest, whereas mine was just a grimace of horror. My screams were quickly stifled by the weight of Jeremy's ample bosoms. After a brief, sweaty struggle, I managed to roll him back onto his bed. And
That was the fight I wanted.
it was a technical knockout, I'll tell you that. I simply lay there in a catatonic shock, shaking gently. And clearly the disruption of all this had woken up the poor Dan Schneider, you may remember from earlier. Calmly looked across the devastation of the room, looked at Jeremy, his sleek, pale body in the moonlight.
It was a few years ago.
Dan had the presence of mind to ask but one question. "Jeremy, is there any reason why you are completely naked?" Jeremy, to his eternal credit, merely looked across the room and replied, "No."
It's embarrassing, I'm a legend.
The hotel room, all unthought of. Today is not just about getting Jeremy drunk. Today is about Jeremy and Sally getting married and going on to have their life together. I've only known Sally for the last couple of years. Jeremy and Sally first met while they were working at Guy's Hospital in London. Jeremy, as the very junior with a small J doctor, was asked to see a patient with a chest drain that wasn't functioning and promptly panicked.
I think it wasn't true. I think I've fallen out.
As I said, it wasn't working. And in setting the tone for the rest of their relationship, Sally, an experienced staff nurse, came along and told him what he should be doing. it's been an absolute pleasure to come to know Sally over the last couple of years. She's such a fantastic person. She's kind-hearted and extremely funny. She's so hospitable, as I'm sure anyone who's had the pleasure of staying with the two of them can tell you. And she has patience which borders on the pathological. Seriously. I'm sure that the two of them, they make the perfect couple, as I'm sure anyone who's got to know Lisa. Honestly, Sally, I cannot think of anyone that I'd like to look after my best friends. Well, I was planning to, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to please be upstanding and raise a toast to our wonderful newlyweds, Dr. and Mrs. Gifford.
Your photographer isn't, sorry.
Okay, we're going.
Ready? Yay!
I love my
Oh, yeah, I've got to go down and back up. If I go down.
See that the end is truly love the mademoiselle. And now the youngest shooter of the damn chapel bell. Said I'll be city old folks, it goes to show you different can't tell. They furnish an apartment with a 2-room Roblox sale. You come right up the trail with TV dinners and ginger ale. The whippy and pound work, the little money come worked out well. Said all these city old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. This city boy, hey, hey!
Lovely, but when I heard James's speech about a naked person leaping, muffling mouths with ample breasts, I thought I'd sing something a little bit more up-tempo. And it goes like this. One night with you is what I am now praying for. The things that to play would make my dreams come true. Just call my name, and I will be right by your side. I need your sweet helping hand. Too strong, too high. Come on, Terry, here we go. Always live very quiet life. I ain't never did no wrong, but now I know that life without you has been too lonely, too long. One night with you is what I'm praying for. The things that sweet singing bland would make the world stand still. One more time. Always live a very quiet life. I ain't never did no wrong. Now I know that life without you has been too lonely, too long. Is what I'm now praying for. The things that we took and left will take my